Welcome back to Switch to Linux. I'm not sure if it's Wednesday or Thursday anymore. It's been a crazy day. But regardless, we're going to go ahead and talk about some fun newsy type stuff, and then we're going to dive into a few other things later on here. So it should be 2 videos compiled out of this one. So the first topic, we're going to talk about YouTube messing with the sub feeds. So this is a major problem, a major issue, because in my opinion, when a company starts pushing an algorithm, the algorithms really start to break things. And one of the biggest problems an algorithm does is it reduces the free flow of information and brings in a narrowing of your perspective. Now, also the thing that concerns me about YouTube doing an algorithm like this, which is going to mess with your subscriptions feed, is it ties right on into that Google ledger we were talking about. Kind of scary. So what we're looking at here is, in this case here on the YouTube feed, is the YouTube decided to push something out here just earlier today. It's probably late last night was the first time this seemed to have broken. So YouTube is back to, they're trying to test non-chronological video order and subscription feeds for some users. Basically an algorithm push feed for you. So now this is more significant, I think, if you're using a YouTube app on your phone, because now you're not going to see the chronological videos of the people you are subscribed to. You are going to see the things that YouTube wants you to see. Which, by the way, I had a look at my feed over here just prior to starting, and it's a bunch of useless crap that, frankly, some of it I find offensive. I wouldn't want to watch some of this crap. They're suggesting, you might want to see this. No, I don't. I want to see videos to the things I subscribed to. And I think that that is an echoed statement about most people. But now they keep on breaking more, because not only, by the way, is that notification bell important. You have to subscribe, and then you have to notify. And then you have to go into your settings and say, notify me of everything, because they're only notifying you of some things. YouTube, when they sub, that should be enough. But fine, now we sub and get a notification bell. No, now they're giving us a feed that is an algorithmically determined based upon what you think that you should see. This ties right into that Google ledger. They're directing us in directions that, this is scary. This is just scary. Now, this is a small test, and I'll tell you this too. My opinion of why Facebook is irrelevant is because it went to algorithm-based. It went to algorithm-based, okay? Instagram just moved to algorithm-based, and I'm giving it 2 years before it is also irrelevant. Any social platform that moves to an algorithm-based feed structure is irrelevant. It is irrelevant. Okay, that's kind of what YouTube is now starting to do with your subscriptions feed. Now they are starting to feed you what they think you might want to see. This is a huge problem. Huge problem. So you can check out this article here from Mac Rumors. H3 Productions did one of the earlier videos on this, so you can see kind of that stuff. They responded back from the official YouTube channel. Just to clarify, we're currently experimenting with how to show content in the feed subs. We find that some viewers are able to more easily find the videos they want to watch when we order the subs feeds in a personalized order versus showing the most recent videos first. Anytime you start using algorithms like this, it generally marks the decline of the network. So when I'm putting together my own support site, which is going to have places for people who can't or don't want to monetarily support, but we'll have other places like affiliate corners, viewing ads, and things like that. But one of the core features I've placed on that web page when it's launched, and I was shooting for the end of this month. There's too much content to put on it right now, so I'm probably will be about 2 or 3 weeks out. But what you do is right on the landing page, without logging in, all 3 of my channels, the most recent video. Period. Automatically done. Well, it turns out, though, that you can actually do this yourself with a simple HTML script. So here is what I've done is I've just created a simple raw text HTML file directly on my computer. You simply put in the feed for the channel you want, and then you go here and the latest video will always appear no matter what the latest video happens to be. So if you refresh the script, now of course since I'm live right now it doesn't give this video, but after this video is done, it will show up here without changing anything. So you can literally create a web page that looks like this, and you can have it feeding in and always giving you your latest things, and they're not going to touch it. You can have it on just a raw file on your desktop. You can have it the default page when you boot up your web browser. You can go to just some custom page for you that you control, that it will pull in and feed all of the YouTube videos you want for the channels you want. So if you want to know if Switch to Linux or Our Walk in Christ or Home Cooking Hacks or Total OS Today, if you want to know if any of these channels have released the latest video, pull this page up, refresh this page, it will automatically show you the latest video. You can click it right here. You can full screen, you can go right over to YouTube, so you can do all sorts of stuff like that. So that's what you can do. Now, the reason I have Total OS Today here is because a new YouTube video channel versus an old YouTube channel embeds this feed in a different way. You have to be aware of that. All right, so how do you pull something like this off? Well, I am going to show you, and what I'm going to do here is I want to increase the text size, and then we're going to come over here and I'll walk you through the code. All right, so here is the script that I'm using to pull this. So all this is just, literally this is it. It's just it's a file, and I labeled this youtube-feeds.html. It's sitting on my desktop right now. You could throw this in a folder and set this as a default page that your web browser, whatever your web browser is, opens to. So all it is I'm pulling in an iframe. Now for the newer channels, and I want to say newer means after 2015. Anyway, the channels have these large, channel ID tags. What you need to do is track down the channel ID tags, but you need to change it ever so slightly. You just use https://www.youtube.com/embed/video series question list equals. Now, what you need here is the feed. If you go to any YouTube channel, if it's a newer channel, it's going to have this randomly generated code of script. It's going to start with UC, capital U, capital C, and then a string of characters. Okay, what you need to do is you need to copy that, paste that after list equals, but then you change you change UC into UU. So you have UU and then your string of crap. And then you actually just specify the width and the height that you want, the frame border, allow full screen, end the iframe, just like this. That is newer channels. Your older channels, if you go to them, will have a URL /user/ in this case, TOS Today. Total OS Today. So you set up that one with your essentially the same thing, only your URL becomes http://youtube.com/embed question list type is capital, equals user underscore uploads and ampersand list equals and the username, just like it is. In this case, TOS Today. Specify your width, specify your height. Save that as an HTML file, double click it, that will open right up in your web browser. And as you open that up in your web browser, then you will then be able to see your feeds like this. Of course, I can specify, I can increase the heights, widths, or whatever's, in which case now I'll be able to see. Pull that up. You can pick your top 5 or whatever channels you have on there, as many as you want. It's going to give you a list. Every single time these guys release a new video, it will automatically appear first in this list. And you will have a little drop down here in the corner to see the latest videos that channel has done. Okay, this is a script that I had put on my new channel, on my new support page, so I thought I'd share that with everybody. And what I will do is when I release this finally in the final form, is I will try and have a link to this basic HTML site so that you can use it and modify it on your own. Maybe I'll put in some comment suggestions here. So that's how you can always get back. Don't worry about YouTube messing with your sub feeds. If you take your favorite, because I mean, we might all sub to hundreds of channels, but there's really only 10 or 15 or 20 maybe that we really want to see everything they do. Do this simple thing, 10, 15 channels. You have one static web page. It's always going to see the latest video they're doing no matter what. That's it. Period. Let's go ahead and jump back to our comments and let me know what you think about this whole mess down below, and then we're going to dive into our next topic. I hope you've enjoyed this video from Switched to Linux. If you'd like to help support the channel, check out the links at the top. There is another video over here. You can check out our Patreon page down here. And you can check out shop.switchtolinux.com for information on a t-shirt like this or some other designs. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you enjoy switching to Linux.